What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Wristwatch Addiction. This is my channel. I am Paul. I appreciate having you here. As a Speedmaster collector, I don't have $35,000 just laying around for my favorite Speedmaster. So I did something I didn't think I would ever do. I bought an Homage. We're going to unbox it and take a look at it in comparison with the Moonwatch right now. Alright guys, let's cut right into this Amazon packaging. We're going to take a look at this Speedmaster Homage, which is why I skipped Tuesday's Speedmaster Tuesday upload. I figured with this Pagani design, as you now see, and then a Speedmaster Tuesday's upload, it would just be too many Speedmasters for 1 week. So we're going to skip that, but we'll get right back to Speedmaster Tuesdays very soon. Opening up the box, you can see we've got a bracelet adjustment tool. Very nice to get that as an extra, as well as a Pagani design labeled cleaning cloth. So very cool. The box is nothing to write home about, but immediately I like the look of this Homage. Obviously homaging the 2022 novelty Omega Speedmaster Professional in Moonshine Gold and Green. $39,000 for the Omega, $120,000 for this Pagani design. It was actually wrapped very nicely in some vinyl and plastic, so we got all that removed so we can actually get a good look at everything. Looking at the bracelet, it's much closer to the 4th generation Speedmaster that came out last year, obviously with brushed and polished links, 5 links to be exact. Let's click this chronograph, see this large hand sweep around a ceramic bezel, something you don't even get in a standard Moonwatch. The bracelet, a little flimsy. There's a little bit of jangle that you can hear from the bracelet. Not too bad though for $120. And you do get 3 micro adjusts on the clasp, as well as push pin adjustments for the bracelet. No screws here. That sweep I'm really impressed with, because you can see there's a tick at 6 o'clock. That is the second hand. If we stop and reset this large hand, very nice reset, not a slow sweep back to 12 like a lot of quartz watches. This is a quartz, a mega quartz to be exact, and we'll get into that in a moment. But I wanted to show you this bubbled sapphire crystal. So scratch resistant sapphire in a bubbled fashion on a ceramic bezel. Very, very nice to be included at $120 instead of a cheaper plastic crystal and steel bezel. I really like that they've done the ceramic and the sapphire. I'm glad they bowed it so it looks like a Hesalite crystal. That really adds to the look, in my opinion. Back to the quartz while I grab my original Moonwatch. It's a Seiko VK63 high beat quartz, as opposed to the 1861 in this 2016 Speedmaster. And if we click that chronograph hand into motion once again, you can see there's really not much difference between the famed manual wind on the right and the Seiko owned high beat quartz on the left. Fairly impressive, I must say. Let's look at the back. The hippocampus, as I guess I'll call it, because that's what Pagani Designs calls it, it's a little childish. They're really playing off the Moonwatch design, but of course they can't use the Omega Hippocampus, although the Pagani website does call it a hippocampus. Comparing that bracelet, you can see the clasp is much, much beefier. No play in that clasp at all, and a much beefier case back as well, although both are screw-down case backs. A little more jingly of a bracelet as opposed to the Speedmaster, but that's expected when you're comparing a $5,000 plus watch to a sub $200 watch. Really, really nice. If we look at the case itself, you can see the brush and polish edges of those cases are very similar. 316L stainless steel case coated with rose gold coating. 20 millimeter lug width, just like your genuine moon watch. And let me put it on the wrist so you can see that 20 millimeter lug width. And 42 millimeter case diameter on my 6 3/4 wrist. So our stats here are 12 millimeter case thickness due to that bowed sapphire, 42 millimeter case just like the original 4th generation Moonwatch, and 20 millimeter lug width like this 3rd generation Moonwatch. And on the wrist, you can see they are very, very similar. Both have the brushed and polished links. Both have the double push deployant clasp. Both have a 42 millimeter case that is very similar with 3 subdials and 1 large chronograph hand. Subdials are different on the Pagani design. You have a 24-hour subdial at 3, your second hand at 6, and your chronograph subdial at 9, where you have chronograph subdials at 3 and 6 on the genuine Speedmaster with a smooth sweeping sub-seconds at 9. Differences don't end there though, as Pagani thinks this is a dive watch, giving it 100 meters water resistance, which is 5 bar more than the genuine Speedmaster, a diver's extension on the clasp, and a screw-down crown. I'm not sure why they did that, but beyond that, we have some very nice lume on the hour, minute, and center seconds, or large chronograph hand, depending on what you want to call it, as well as on each of the indices. And the bowed sapphire sort of reflects that lume very nicely on those indices, giving it a much larger look than it actually is. I'm actually fairly impressed with the lume on this Pagani design, and actually fairly impressed by the Pagani design as a whole. I have to be honest, I did not expect to like it. I do, however, but I would say while Pagani Design's own website has the PD1701 Speedmaster, they have it for $171. Amazon has it for $120. I'll put links to both below. The Amazon link is an affiliate link, so it does help the channel out if you click it. I'd greatly appreciate that. You can see they do a number of different Speedmaster homages. Unfortunately, if you want the 2022 Snoopy edition Speedmaster homage, you gotta go to Pagani Design's own website. What do y'all think, guys? Is this a good homage? Is this something you would like to have? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like homages in general? Let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite Speedmaster? We'll do that one on Speedmaster Tuesdays. Till then, have a great week. We'll see you soon. Peace.